Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to the 2020 Doctoral of Occupational Therapy hooding ceremony at the University of Central Arkansas. I would like to start by congratulating all of you in the class of 2020 on your accomplishment. You are all here, we are all here to celebrate you. Thank you for choosing UCA and sharing your life with us while making memories and lifelong friends who will be your future colleagues. I would also like to congratulate and thank the parents, family members, and friends who have joined us here for your support and encouragement of the students over the last 3 years. It has made this accomplishment possible for them. The hooding ceremony symbolizes the passing of the guard from one generation to the next. While we wish we were able to personally hood all of you, it is still a very significant event for you and your family. It signifies the completion of a scholarly journey and welcomes you to the community of academic scholars and practitioners. The hood is a very special part of the academic regalia. The hood is lined with colors for the academic institution conferring the degree in the academic area in which the degree is held. Therefore, the hood you are wearing is lined with UCA colors of purple and gray with a band of slate blue for the degree in occupational therapy. The color of the slate blue was adopted for occupational therapy and was selected because it best matches the color of the uniform of the Reconstruction aides. The Reconstruction aides were credited for having an influential role in the development of occupational therapy as a profession. You are the first class to wear this specific hood. The faculty and I are so proud of all of you. The hooding ceremony is also a testimony to the importance of mentorship. The hood represents the continuity of mentorship from one generation to another. You, as a new OTD degree recipient, will eventually become a mentor for others. We would like to ask all of you to take time to reflect on your role, the role of all of your mentors, your faculty, your capstone, your fieldwork, advisors, peers, friends, and many more, all who have played an important role in helping you reach this academic milestone. During your time in this program, you have developed and refined your skill as an occupational therapist, and we are proud to say you are a graduate of our program. We would like to encourage you to continue to learn, grow, and strive to provide the best evidence-based practice for your clients and your families. Continue to learn from one another and every client, because your learning is really just beginning. Use every opportunity you have to better yourself. Now, we will continue to honor each graduate by personally recognizing each of them and the work they have done on their capstone. As you will see, this class has made a significant impact on practice and the community. These students will be leaders in the field. We are very excited to celebrate them and their work. So enjoy the ceremony and thank you for attending.
So I have the pleasure of announcing our next award, which is the Marion Ross Outstanding Student Award. And I want to give a little bit of background about Miss Marion Ross. She was a pioneer in our profession. She was hired in 1970 to serve as the first program chair for the Department of Occupational Therapy at the University of Central Arkansas, which was also the first occupational therapy program in the state of Arkansas. In addition, she was the first African-American chairperson here at UCA. Before retiring in 1991, Ms. Ross had an impressive resume and served in numerous leadership positions across the country, in addition to her service as a chairperson of the occupational therapy program. A few of the things that she has done: she has served as chief of occupational therapy at the Arkansas State Hospital. She was Chief of Occupational Therapy at United Cerebral Palsy in Columbus, Ohio. She also served as Assistant Professor of Occupational Therapy at Ohio State University. She was Chief of Occupational Therapy at the University Affiliated Mental Retardation Program at Ohio State University. She was an occupational therapy consultant for Baptist Medical Center in Little Rock, as well as Arkansas Children's Colony, which is now the Human Development Center in Conway. She was the acting director of the School of Health Sciences here at the University of Central Arkansas, as well as serving as associate professor and chairperson here at UCA in the occupational therapy program from 1970 until 1991. When conversations arise about Ms. Ross, there are common words and phrases that are often used to describe her, including being a pioneer in occupational therapy and a professional. She was an advocate for the profession. She was an exceptional educator and mentor to her students. She was always professional. She displayed integrity at all times and was a true leader in every sense of the word. So to commemorate the qualities of excellence, of professionalism, leadership, and fortitude that Ms. Ross personified, the department created an award in her name that is presented annually to the student in the graduating cohort that reflects those same qualities both in and outside the classroom. In other words, a student that has shown professional promise. Students are nominated and chosen by the faculty who demonstrates the greatest potential to serve the profession and the University of Central Arkansas's occupational therapy program through professional growth and advancement. While members of the class of 2020 all have demonstrated these behaviors, the faculty selected one student most deserving of this award. So the recipient of this year's Marion Q. Ross Outstanding Student Award goes to Emily Millard.
At this time, it's my pleasure to present the Diversity Award. The Diversity Award is given to the member of the graduating cohort annually who has been nominated and voted on by the Executive Board and the SCDOT Advisor. This award is presented to the student who best demonstrates the support of the purposes of SCDOT and acting as an advocate for occupational therapy underrepresented student groups. This is achieved through the promotion of their contributions to the profession and increasing cultural competency among all occupational therapy students. This year's winner leaves a legacy at UCA that will resonate for years. Through her capstone work, she created minorities mentoring in healthcare programs and diversity ambassador program that will shape the face of student populations in all healthcare programs at UCA. I am pleased to announce the winner of the 2020 Diversity Award, Ms. Kaylin Hardman. Congratulations. There you go.
Good afternoon to the faculty, my fellow classmates, and those who are watching. My name is Sarah Montgomery, and today I'm honored to talk about someone very special to us. He began teaching us in the business and administration class during our first year. At that time, he was known as Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan is kind, compassionate, and motivates us to think outside the box while developing our critical thinking and reasoning skills. He encourages us to have hard conversations in order to be better professionals and individuals. He shoots it straight and expects nothing but the best from us. Mr. Ryan has always been honest with us, made us laugh during times of confusion and frustration, pushed us as professionals and individuals, and was our biggest advocate. For those things, we will always be grateful. One of the many special moments we had with him was when we came back from field work. Mr. Ryan stated that he now looks at us as colleagues. That moment is one we will never forget because we finally felt that we had transitioned to another level in our journey, so thank you for that. We would also like to say thank you for planning this special day for us and allowing for us to have a part in the planning. We appreciate you and Dr. Mankey for understanding the importance of including Lauren in this day and ensuring her family was here with us. It means the world to us and her family, as we have tried to keep her with us every step of the way. What many do not know who are watching this hooding via live stream is that Mr. Ryan was in school to receive his doctorate at the same time we were all in school. While in school, he was teaching all of us, grading assignments, and being a husband, parent, son, friend, and colleague. Mr. Ryan, you took on a lot of roles, but somehow you were able to manage it all, and that is something to be recognized. In the midst of COVID-19 and trying to plan graduation, Mr. Ryan explained to us that he was unable to go to his doctoral graduation due to the coronavirus canceling it. So today, we want to honor you, Mr. Ryan, and let you have your moment while we celebrate your achievement as you have become Chris Ryan, OTD, OTR/L. Dr. Ryan, will you please stand and walk over and take your walk and pick up your honorary doctorate from the class of 2020 as we honor you in this moment. This is from us. You're welcome.
We can't hug, but we
I know. It's okay. Congratulations, Dr. Ryan. We are all proud of you and your achievement as well. We hope to see you in Vegas or Reno for a 10-year reunion.
Guaranteed. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I am so proud of all of you guys, and this means the world to me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
What a privilege to honor Lauren today. Of course, words cannot express all of our feelings that we're having, but it is certainly nice to share some thoughts about Lauren because of the impact that this sweet young lady had and continues to have on our lives. It's very easy, and goodness, rightly so, to be sad today in some ways because Lauren is not physically sitting here among her classmates and teachers. And to Lauren's family, I cannot imagine what you might be experiencing on a day like today. I do hope, though, that you feel some comfort in the words that are said today and the actions that you will experience. I want you to know that Lauren has taught me, and I'm certain that she has taught many others, lessons that we continue to carry with us today. In preparation for my comments, I read Lauren's description from her show of hands. I read about a shy young lady who enjoyed her childhood and youth, and about a young woman who was eager to become independent, become an OT, move into adulthood and get married. And she wrote about all the things that she was already learning in the OT program, and particularly about being responsible and contributing to the lives of others, which sounds a lot like Lauren, doesn't it? While I had the opportunity to teach Lauren in class and mentor her in the Acting Creates Therapeutic Success program, I believe I learned much from Lauren. Lessons of goodness, if you will, that I carry with me and hope to instill in myself and in my future students. Some of those things were perspective. Perspective is a beautiful thing. I try not to get too worried or upset, and when I do, I generally realize that's because I have totally lost all perspective, and not everything is so big or so important in life. Another lesson that Lauren has reminded me of is to believe in my own capabilities and the capabilities of others. Lauren, who admittedly was a shy young lady, engaged in a program, the ACTS program, and I will tell you at times it was very uncomfortable for her. She did not let that fear hold her back, and she found ACTS to be one of her most favorite things about the OT program. She learned from those performers, and those performers certainly learned from her. Another lesson that she has reminded me of is that actual conversations are so precious. We live in such a hurried time, and many of our so-called conversations are through emails and text. And for goodness sakes, we don't even complete sentences or words anymore, or we use emojis to express a feeling. I found Lauren to be a great listener, and her quiet manner allowed her to really hear what people were saying, and I'm still working on this one. Another one was keep moving. Some days I feel rather stuck, but I'm reminded by that, you know, if you're lucky enough to know what you want, like Lauren did. She wanted to be an OT, she wanted to be a good family member, she wanted to be a good wife. If you're that lucky, go ahead and take it, apply that passion, do something with it so you can actually make a difference. Another one, and it's not last but not least, but gratitude. I try to make sure I take the time to acknowledge and appreciate what I have. As I said, I'm very honored to talk about Lauren today because it's really a time to celebrate her and all of her accomplishments. You see, Lauren, I think, was really already well on her way to become an occupational therapist, and that is why I don't have any trouble calling her a colleague in my profession and calling her an occupational therapist. How do I know, you might ask? Well, Lauren demonstrated many of the qualities and attributes necessary to be a successful, competent, compassionate occupational therapist. These are things, after my 20-plus years of teaching, you cannot teach students in school. And so she was already, to me, exhibiting so many of those qualities. Some of those were her kindness, she was caring, a very good listener, she was empathetic, she was intelligent, she valued people. I always witnessed her to treat everyone with respect. She was organized, or at least she was on the outside. I'm not sure what her close friends might say, but I always found her to be very organized, patient, a little nerdy, and that's a hallmark of being an OT, is that she enjoyed learning about occupational therapy. I always found her to behave in such a way that she was very ethical. I found her to be giving of herself. She was driven and determined. She valued occupation. In her show of hands narrative, she mentioned that she enjoyed playing house with her sister or school with her sister growing up. That's a great occupation, and she felt strongly enough about it to put that in her narrative, and that tells you that she does value occupation. She talked about in her narrative that she enjoyed being a daughter and going on family vacations, and then of course she talked about being a wife and all of that, taking care of someone else. And so again, that's not something we can teach students, to value occupation, which is so necessary, as you all know, in our profession. And she was selfless. She thought of others before herself, and I love to see that in occupational therapy practitioners. I'm so proud to call her an occupational therapist, and I'm proud to call her a fellow alum at the University of Central Arkansas Occupational Therapy Program, because once a bear, you're always a bear, right? I want to say thanks to Lauren's family for sharing her and showing so much strength and courage during such a difficult time. I don't know if you really know how much your strength had on and impacted all of us. We were supposed to be there for you, and you showed up for the OT program by showing such courage and strength during that time. So thank you for sharing, Lauren, with us. I'd also just want to thank Danielle and the graduation committee for reaching out and giving me the opportunity to share some thoughts and pay tribute to Lauren. I appreciate it, and a big congratulations to the class of 2020.
UCA has a long-standing history, legacy, and known reputation for academic excellence within the Occupational Therapy Department. As the university's first doctoral graduates of the program, you've achieved a new milestone and legacy for our university, our department, and yourself. I congratulate you and wish you the very best of luck as you begin your careers as occupational therapists.
To our first UCA OTD Graduating Class 2020, I have to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad I got to be such, at least a little part of your life. I wish you all well, and please remember, keep us up to date on all the good things that you're going to be doing in the next few years and throughout your lifetime.
Happy graduation day. Goodness, such a sweet time to be able to celebrate with you. Your class will be forever marked in my mind because you were my first class to teach. Thank you for embracing me and allowing me to fall in love with academia. You have been such a great group to have my first year of teaching with, my first couple of years. You know, some words that have described you definitely are words that it takes for any OT student. Determination, creativity, flexibility. Of course, you have those. Those are required for our profession. So I hope those are words to describe you, but specifically to you. Definitely inquisitive. You care about relationships and knowing your instructors and learning from those that you know, and you seek us out. You definitely challenge the status quo, and you're not content with things being as is, but you want to be a part of making them better. And I cannot think of any better words to describe those who are about to enter the field of OT, because you will do that for your clients if you've done that in your time, in your educational time here at UCA. I'm super excited about this OTD class, the first one entering the state of Arkansas and in other states, because the skill sets you have are truly going to bring integrity to our profession, integrity in research, integrity in evidence, but yet just the desire to make a difference in clients' lives. My favorite quote is written by Hooper and Wood, and it's quoted in the OT practice framework. And it says specifically that people of all ages and abilities require occupation to grow and thrive. In pursuing occupation, humans express the totality of their being. What that says in a nutshell is, what is life without occupation? Being a part of the healthcare field, I've seen individuals have meaning but can't speak, have meaning but can't move. But I've never once seen anybody that has meaning without occupation. That, to me, is the coolest thing, that we are crowned with the title that gives us the sole purpose to advocate, to fight, and to empower others to have meaningful life. You are going to love it. Congratulations and welcome to the field of OT.
Congrats, class of 2020. You did it! I'm so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. You have endured a lot over your time in the last 3 years. Your specific class has endured hardship, has gone through lots of change, but through it all, you have made it, and you have done a beautiful job doing so. When you walked through the doors 3 years ago in Doyne, you are not that same person. You are now agents of change, critical thinkers, and advocates. You've developed into incredible leaders for the profession of occupational therapy. I want each of you to remember and reflect back, because we do like for you to have reflection often in the process of becoming an OT, as to why you chose this profession. What made you choose OT for your career path? When you settle in and you're a practitioner, you always want to be able to think back and reflect on why you are doing this. That passion will ignite you through any of your hard days. I would like to leave you with 2 quotes today. But first, I want to remind you, always think strengths before deficits. because in that strength is what will help your clients be able to accomplish things that you couldn't even imagine them accomplishing. The first quote today is this: how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Value that. Value that in yourself, take care of yourself, and value your occupation. And second, it is neither wealth nor splendor, but true tranquility and occupation which gives us all happiness. Never discredit the value of occupation. Good luck to all of you. I have enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you, and thank you for your grace as this 20-year practitioner decided to transition over into an educator. You have done nothing but make my job enjoyable. I wish you the best of luck.
2020, what a great year to graduate. As a fellow member of the class of 2020, who unfortunately had his graduation canceled due to the coronavirus, I hope you all will indulge me today as I live vicariously through you. We're so proud of you. I keep thinking back at your growth over the course of your 3 years at UCA. You guys know that I told you many times your transformation has been nothing short of spectacular. I keep thinking about the word first. You guys are the first group of doctoral graduates at the University of Central Arkansas to graduate in the middle of a global pandemic. You're the first cohort to go through the accreditation process of an entirely new doctoral program. But most importantly, you are the first class to graduate with their doctoral degree in occupational therapy at UCA. My hope for you is that this first is just the first of many firsts for you. I'm reminded of the words of the late John Lewis, who said, "Go get into good trouble." I hope you all will go be the change agents that I know that you are, that you'll get into some good trouble, and you'll be the change that you want to be. Congratulations. So proud of you.
Class of 2020, you did it. I'm so proud of you. And I want to leave you with a few hopes and challenges as you move forward. But first, I want to start by saying that I believe that things that start at the University of Central Arkansas, and especially here in the Department of Occupational Therapy, have the potential to change the world. Now, you have to remember that change comes in many different forms and with many different change agents. But I believe this to be true because I've lived it. I've been in your shoes and I've sat in this exact same auditorium. Your educational experiences have prepared you to fully engage in the profession of occupational therapy. I have enjoyed watching you in the classroom. I have enjoyed getting to see you out on field work, all of which you've learned to think critically. You've learned to connect the dots of sometimes what was seemingly very unconnected experiences. And maybe most importantly, you've learned to make meaning, and you've learned why meaning was so important to you, as well as to those that you're going to serve. I hope you're able to look back and realize how transformational not only these learning experiences have been, but also how meaningful the people have been that you come across in your journey, and how all of these factors have played a part in your personal and your professional identity. Now your challenge is what to do with these experiences and how you will integrate them into your future as an occupational therapy practitioner. My hope is that you surround yourself with mentors and colleagues with different perspectives than you and that challenge you to be better on a daily basis. I welcome you to a community of lifelong learners. And I challenge you not only to continue learning, but to also unlearn old assumptions and conventions, and to relearn new ways of thinking in order to add to what you already know. Ultimately, I hope that you allow your experiences from here to take you outside of your comfort zone to where the magic happens. because that's where change will occur. I'm excited for all that lies ahead of you, even in the unknown. So to the class of 2020, welcome to the adventure, and welcome to the profession of occupational therapy. Congratulations.
acting on behalf of Lauren Clark, who was scheduled to graduate today and passed away unexpectedly with her husband.